What's up guys, Paddy here and welcome back for Mid-Atlantic Wrestling. This is November. This is the Aftermath show from Where It All Begins Again. Oh, I didn't notice this. Mitch Nias is working elsewhere tonight. That's a problem. That's probably going to bring the ratings down a little bit. No, we need a match. Ha! Ernie's working solo, which isn't good because he doesn't have any announcing. Oh god. Does anybody have announcing? Nobody has announcing, do they? Oh no. Good lord. Damn it. Damn it. Ah, I didn't notice that. This is why... Where's Ernie working? I'm looking for any not awful announcing. Oh, damn it. Sorry, not Ernie. Where's Mitch working tonight? Pittsburgh? Is it Pittsburgh? Don't tell me it's Pittsburgh. It's Pittsburgh. Why do you prefer Pittsburgh to us? That's bullshit. What? Your priorities are with me. You should be here. That is bullshit. Absolute and utter bullshit. Alright, well we've got a full show tonight. I don't know how it's going to do now. I thought it was going to do okay, but now I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, let's get rocking. I had a lot of time to book this show tonight because I was doing it while everything else was rendering. So we have a pre-show and a post-show. We have used up all 112 main minutes. We've used up all 60 of the pre-show and all 30 of the post-show. So let's go. It's not going to be a great show. Like, it's a low-key show, but there's a lot of stuff to get through. Also, I should mention, Animal DeVille is still here. And there's nothing in his profile about ongoing negotiations with that Canadian company. So I'm thinking he might just have signed a pay-per appearance deal. Which, if he did, that means we get to keep him, which is good and bad because it means that we now have 31 members of the roster. So I put Primus Allen into the storyline. And I've got a few things tonight using him, but he's not wrestling yet, because I'm still not entirely sure what I'm going to do with Primus Allen or Animal DeVille. Maybe they'll even be a tag team. So I don't know what's going on at the moment. If Animal DeVille leaves, we'll literally just replace him with Primus Allen. Anyway, to start off the show, the pre-show, Ernie Turner gets a 64. So, this is a promo saying he's working on his own tonight, so go easy on him. The match gets a D+, between the Ring Generals and... Ring Generals beat this random-ass face team. Primus Allen cuts a promo, gets 72, and our new manager gets a 69, which is a little unfortunate. You just missed out on that 70, but that's fine. She still should be able to cut good promos. She wasn't actually in this segment. She was just his manager in this segment, which is okay. This is good. This is really good, actually. Good stuff. Good stuff, yeah. This is just to continue their feud, because, God, nothing else is. And then this is a really good match in the pre-show. I was going to put this as the main event of the pre-show, but there was another match that looked a bit better. So Greg Black defeats El Mítico. Uh-oh. That's not good. Hopefully that'll get better. Wow, well done, Mean Gene. Mean Gene, titleless, is still one of the most over guys on the roster. And I knew this would do well. In a match that had some good action and average heat, Greg Gage and Mean Gene Catley defeats Animal DeVille and Steve Flash. Animal DeVille is in a B- match. I think that's all us. That's all us. He got pinned by Steve Flash. Nice! Animal DeVille and Farah Hesketh, I might have to change that name, are a good partnering, which is good, because that means it's going to improve every match and every segment that Animal DeVille is in. Good stuff. Although she probably shouldn't be with him yet. Hey, this is still the pre-show. Great. Belle Brighton narrates as a number of women dance to open the show, even though this is still the pre-show. It doesn't really matter that it's a pre-show, because once again, the only people that are going to see the show are in the stadium. So the pre-show is not really a pre-show. Anyway, let's just move on. It's still bad because this won't affect the show grade, which is a little disappointing. This actually opens the show, and I'm very disappointed because I thought he would do better. But Fro Shore is talking about his recent successes, and Casey Valentine shows up and crashes the party, which leads into a B- where Sam Keith books a match between Casey Valentine and Fro Shore for later tonight. It's belt versus belt. And the new tag team Midnight Blaze are defeated by Special Edition with a Swash of Fate, which is their new tag team move. Primus Allen is in a vignette with Farah as the narrator. And this is a good match. Cool. We're building up to a mid-show main event between, I can't remember who it is. I think it's a tag team match with Belle Brighton in it, which hopefully does well. Lisa Bowen hypes up Bulldozer Brandon Smith, and it doesn't do fantastically. But then she's talking about how she betrayed Animal DeVille. But then Farrah Hesketh comes out and announces that she is now managing Animal DeVille. And then the two have a horse fight. Yeah. Yeah. And our mid-show main event gets a 71C+, which is always good. And then the cooldown match gets a C. Uh-oh. This is not going to be great. It lowered the crowd's mood, which is fine. Casey Glenn pops the crowd. Freaking hell, Casey Glenn! Casey Glenn and Chloe Dean. Oh my god, they're so over. Alright, tag team champion, remember. And then the match gets a C. Bad chemistry. Okay, that's fine. Okay, that's the semi-main. Fro Shortcut's a B, and then the main, which is a bit risky, gets a B. In a bout that had great heat and great wrestling action, Fro Shore drew with Casey Valentine in exactly 30 minutes when the time limit expired. Yeah, we have a 30-minute time limit on all our matches here at Maw. Yeah, what of it? Penalised for booking decision, that's because we kept both of them strong. So they got kept strong. Fro Shore was a little tired. Not tired enough to end up here, but a little tired. And, yeah, Casey Valentine has a poor gimmick. We should probably try and solve that, considering he's going to be leading one division of our show. Starting off the pre-show, don't worry, this has no effect. Sorry, the post-show, this has no effect on the show grade. This was good, actually. I think, the match was too long given who was involved. That's disappointing. It's really disappointing. But it's still got a good grade, so I might still try and push the women in longer matches. Sam Keith gets a... Does this still get a ding? No, it doesn't. Okay, so post-show segments do not get that... post-show segments in general usually get a ding. Sorry, post-show matches get a ding, a penalty, because it's a post-show and nobody gives a shit. But angles do not, which makes me think I should be putting more post-show angles on every show to try and get people over. And Jemai Onishi versus Hellcat Hernandez gets a 45D. And the show is a B-, which is perfect. Absolutely fine. Fuyuko Higa, the Midnight Prowler, and who else is pissed? I think it's Greg Black. Group hug. Come on, guys, let's kiss and make up. Alright, so yeah, that's perfectly fine. It probably beats Pittsburgh, and, well, now we gotta worry about New York, because New York we're gonna take double damage for. Mark DeBoy begins his reign. He's a good wrestler. He is former SWF wrestler in the game. Oh, sorry about those noises if they annoy you. I'm drinking out of a water bottle. Anything else we need to look at? I hope we increase pop. That's an important thing. 58, we are up. Good. We need to get to... what is it? 65. I think it's 65 popularity. So, I want to talk about this now. I know it's mid-episode, but it's a good time to start talking about it. Here's our goals for the future. We get to 65 pop here. That'll get us to 29 pop here and here. Then... we go, as soon as we get to 65 pop, we start running another show in another region, probably the Great Lakes. And we'll try and get that to 35. And then we'll start running 2 shows, one in the Southeast, one in the Great Lakes. And that's how we're going to get these 2 to 35. It's only hopefully going to take 6 shows after we hit 65 here to get over enough here and here to get a TV show. So, fingers crossed, we should have a TV show by the end of 2016. I really hope we will. Alright, so minor morale issues for the Midnight Prowler, so that'll be good. Greg Gage's contract's almost up again. We need to renew that talent trade with Oli. I'm thinking about leaving this alliance, by the way. A lot of reasons why I want to do it. New York is still in there. I cannot expel them. Yeah, I cannot. So maybe it's just worth it to just resign. Like, I know you're like, oh, but why would you do that? You have access to so much more talent. Well, 1, we barely use it, and 2... most of the alliance is actually allied with me right now. Like, Queens of American Wrestling, Oli, Coast... yeah, everyone, actually. No, wait. Wait, we have a working agreement with Canadian Golden Combat. Oh! That's how we saved Animal Deville. We made a working agreement with Canadian Golden Combat by accident, and that means that they couldn't offer Animal Deville an exclusive contract, which reminds me, I should probably go and look at their roster, because it's probably very good. We actually wanted to make a working agreement with these guys, because they're part of our alliance. There you go. We're at war with, they won't end the war. So I'm thinking, since we have a working agreement with everybody in the alliance anyway, like, the only, like, leaving it would mean that we'd take damage from our partners in regional battles, but let's be honest, like, none of them there are really causing too much of a threat. I mean, that's a good show, but I think we can beat it every month. And we're going to have to deal with New York anyway. Pittsburgh aren't even in there. Oh, the national battles are over. Queens of American Wrestling. Actually, I think a working agreement may actually prevent you from taking that damage as well. I might be wrong on that one. No, I'm wrong on that one. Alright, well, we're thinking about leaving the alliance, because one, we're not a territory anymore as well. Alright, let's hope that draw didn't take a knock on... Oh shit, it didn't. That draw was good for Casey Valentine. Was it good for Fro? No, but it wasn't bad for Fro, and that's all that really matters here. Yeah, Fro has got up to 84, I think not from a storyline, which is freaking awesome, by the way. Anybody else we need to think about looking at? I'd like to just have a think about looking at some pops. Casey Glenn, maybe? He's at 58. We should auto push. Yeah, we should auto push. Everyone except for Sam Keith. Good stuff. Oh, that reminds me. Where's Primus Allen? You should be leaving New York soon. Yeah, because that's usually how wars work. Unless the like, it's really weird, because we're at war with New York, but we're also in an alliance with New York. So it's very weird. Can we resign? We can. Maybe we have to ask them to resign. But maybe not. Can we, like, just loan people from New York? That's pretty funny, actually. Wait a minute. How much would it cost to loan Greg from this? No. We're gonna go through our usual methods of loaning Greg Gosh, because, yeah, that's, much cheaper. Before we go, I'd like to take a look at Canadian Golden Combat, because we now have a working agreement with the ninth biggest company in the world, which is very exciting. Adrian Garcia, he is good, right? Is he good? Yeah, he's decent. Like, that looks fantastic, right? But that's a little scary for a manager. But, I mean, certainly as just a non-talking manager, he could totally help somebody. What is he? Is he good babyface? Or good? He's a great heel. I shall oh, he's on a written deal anyway, so we cannot sign him. Let's have a... Oh, we can't. We can't look at the overview. Can we filter only to people on pay-per-appearance contracts, please? Oh, there's not that many. So this is the selection we have. We have this guy, who's got great basics, but just bad psychology. So if... Ooh, that guy could... What's his star quality? I mean, it's a possibility. All of these guys we should think about signing. Actually, let's shortlist them all. Shortlist all. Hopefully that didn't shortlist the entire roster. Hopefully it only shortlisted those I was filtering to. Yeah, I think it did. This is my shortlist, by the way. These are the guys I will look to whenever, like... Well, a couple of them are, like, former members of the roster. But a couple of these guys I'm going to be looking to sign up on pay-per-appearance deals whenever we have a free spot on the roster. Like, I think Ernest might be ready to come back. Nope, not yet. Yeah. Is Hollywood on here? No, I removed Hollywood from here because I was like, nah, I don't want Hollywood back ever. Never want Hollywood back. Thank you very much. Alright, well, thank you for... actually, I'll speak to you soon for the Proving Ground, which the main event is currently undecided. We're building to a rematch between Fro and Mean Gene at the Night of the Champions, so in a cage match, so we're going to start thinking about that on the next show. I will see you guys then. And we are back for the Proving Ground. We didn't book as much pre and post show stuff this time around because we have so much main show time, 150 minutes, that's I think 2.5 hours, right? We're booked in the centerpiece bridge, even though they didn't want us to be, because, like, come on, it's like we'd be missing out on like 1,500 fans if we didn't. I don't care about the empty seats, damn it, we're an indie show. Let's get this thing rocking. I think it's got a decent main event tonight. There's a couple of risks involved with it, but it should be okay. Let's get going. Ernie Turner, I'm seeing this more as like a welcome to the show segment, where the color commentator is like, hey guys, welcome to the show, I'm the face. He is a face, so I think it makes sense to start off the show like this. Then a pre-show segment where Animal DeVille is hyped up. Yes. Good match. I wasn't expecting much from this one. Good promos. I'm trying to establish some sort of like friendship between these two because they're both Sam Keith's like proteges. Yeah, I wasn't expecting much from this one. Casey Glenn cuts a promo on Dean Waldorf, and the main event of the pre-show is not bad at all. Then For Sure cuts a promo on Casey Valentine. This is the last segment of the pre-show, and it was designed to warm the crowd up for... Damn it, I was hoping this would be better. Oh well, Belle Bryden narrates a number of women dancing in the ring to open the show. And then Mean Gene Catley calls out Froshore and challenges him to a match at the Night of the Champions next month. Froshore responds and accepts the challenge, but says it's going to be a steel cage match. The match is on. Opening match gets a D+. I was hoping this would do a little bit better. It was a randomly thrown together bunch of people, mind you. Video airs showing Primus Allen. Yes, we're still doing vignettes for him. Good match, actually. Really good match. Solid in-ring action, average heat. Hellcat Hernandez defeats Amber Plotcheck with a running bulldog. A B promo as Belle Bryden cuts one on Brooke. Tyler, who is she facing later tonight in the semi-main event for the Women's Championship. Sam Keith cuts a worse promo than Belle Bryden. Sam, step your game up. And he cuts one about Greg Gage. I've been told on the TW forums it's Greg Gage. God damn you. Alright. Dean Waldorf defeats Regular Joe. Yeah, whatever. A video airs showing For Sure. Chance Fortune and Casey Glenn cut a promo. Surprised this wasn't a little bit better, but that's okay, that's fine. Why didn't the storyline progress with... Is this a minor segment or something? Hard to tell. I'm surprised the storyline between Casey and the ring general... Unless we ended it, we might have ended that storyline. Fuyuko Higa and Jemai Onoishi put on a really good match. This women's division is heating up, my man. Alright, and Lisa Bowen hypes up her client, Bulldozer Brandon Smith, and a video airs showing Primus Allen. That wasn't meant to be there. Bulldozer defeats El Mitico. Good match, actually. That's better, Sam. Hypes up Greg Gage again, and this is the mid-show main event as Chance Fortune and Greg Gage defeats Steve Flash by submission with a proton lock. Fun fact: 3 of the people in this match are champions, 0 of which I give a shit about. Greg Gage is actually the one who isn't a champion. Alright, and here comes the DeVille squash. It's a D. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. I like to imagine a fist, in this case, is a Superman punch, which is, that makes it easier for me. Belle Bryden comes out and pops the fans, and the match itself gets a B-. Not bad at all. Semi-main event. Makes defense number 14. And they have bad chemistry, and they get a B-. Yeah. And then Primus Allen vignette for the final time tonight. For Sure cuts a promo, and then the main event, which I haven't really announced what it's going to be, it is... Boom! I knew this was going to be good. I didn't expect it to be this good. In about that had great heat and great wrestling action. Casey Glenn and Froshore defeat the Enforcers, that's Casey Valentine and Mean Gene Catley, in 1957 when Froshore defeated Mean Gene Catley clean with a sure thing. Yep. All of this. Yep. More of this, please. And we got a couple of post-show segments. So first, these two have a brawl backstage. And, yeah. that continues that storyline. And then... Why couldn't you do this earlier? Why couldn't you do this earlier? Holy shit! Belle Bryden narrates as a number of women dance in the ring to open the show. Well, close the show and send the people home happy. Gah! That's our first A star! And it's women dancing! Why am I so misogynistic? And the show gets a freaking solid B as the show increased. This was meant to be a low-key show. Alright, Belle needs a hug. And I need to appease Fuyuka. I wish I didn't, but I do. So told her awesome. But Belle, come here. That's an A-star promo, my girl. There's not many. There's not many I've seen over the years who can cut them. You know, if you're not a Menace dude, we're looking at like Tommy Cornell, maybe Nikki Champion. Oh, okay, I haven't managed that many feds, but still, that's great. It's awesome. Alright, so I guess I can take you through what the process of getting Greg Gage every time is. So we head over to Ali. Well, it's not Ali. It is Ali, yeah. We ramp that up to 6 appearances to bring the cost down a bit. Can we do 7? El Mítico they usually want. No, 6 is usually as much as they'll give him away for. I've given you El Mítico before, though. You sure don't want for sure? Why not? He's amazing. Casey Valentine. I'm surprised they don't want him. He's a good wrestler. Casey? Nope. Bell Brighton, I doubt. Wait, yeah, they have luchadores. Yeah, they have luchadores. Brooke Tyler. They don't want Brooke Tyler. What about Fuyuko Higa? They don't want Higa. What about Jeanette Vaughn? I'm assuming they don't want Vaughn. Well, if they're okay with Bell, let's throw them some other people then that could use the training. People like Mexico Jr. they want, so we'll put him in there. And then what about? I mean, I'd love if KC could go over there. What if I give you everything you want plus KC Glenn? Would you take that? You really don't want to take KC Glenn, one of the best wrestlers in the world. You'll be freaking sorry. I'm assuming they don't want Herman Richard, the guy who can barely work a 6-minute match. Fro they don't want. Ernie they don't want. Dean? Don't want Dean Waldorf. Do you want Cheetah Boy? Cheetah Boy would make... No, don't want Cheetah Boy. This is literally the process. Okay, they want Chance Fortune. Do you want Casey Valentine? No, I think we've already tried that one. Would you take DeVille? Nope. Alright, well, I guess we'll just send as many people over as we can then. So you wanted Chance, didn't you? Yes. There you go. The reason why we give them as many people as possible is because the more people working matches, the more they get better. Yeah, because the more matches someone works, the better in the ring they become, the higher their skill increases. And Glyven, the Glyven and the Hyven and the pretty person. He went down about, I think he was at 74 when he went at the end of that show. But that's fine because he's our mid-card champion. He wasn't meant to be the most over guy in the company. For sure, on the other hand, holy shit, he is the most over guy in the history of the company. He's actually only 3 points away from being as over as Belle Bryden, and that's great because Belle Bryden, by the way, cut an A-star promo, so we should probably check how she's doing on the pop scale right now. Yeah, she's something else. She's ridiculous. Like, I know most people won't be able to get her since she signed to a written deal at the start of the game, but if you can, go sign Belle Bryden. Please. Alright, so we need to end any storylines that have been massively increased by that last show. Oh, by the way, we should probably... Because what happens whenever Greg Gage leaves is we've got to reassign him Sam Keith as his manager. We've got to put him back into the Keith Succession stable. Because otherwise the stable's dreadful. Although it isn't anymore. You know, the reason why I always do this is because Casey Valentine used to be pretty bad. And it was Greg Gage who was really carrying the stable. But he's actually not that bad anymore. And then we've got to add him back to the storyline. Not Black Gage. There we go. Back there. Back in the storyline. The storyline's almost over, though. I'm not sure whether Greg Gage is coming back next year. He's a great wrestler, involved in some of our best matches ever. But, by the way, I should check. Was that the best match in Maw history right there? It was. It was. The best match in MAW history. Nice stuff. Nice stuff. Only one off an A. Was that even a pop increase? Yes. No, it wasn't. It really wasn't. That's really disappointing. It was a great show, but it wasn't a pop increase. It wasn't a full point of pop increase, anyway. Let us go forward until Monday. and then we'll take a look at some other people's popularity. And also the storylines. We need to take anybody doing very good or better out of the women's division storyline, because they've probably got an A star as their storyline rating right now, so they'll probably get a shit ton of momentum from being taken out of it. So that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I think that's probably the best course of action. I'll probably still do a lot of I'll probably still keep Belle Bryden in the storyline though, because she is doing fantastic, and I think that we should take her out. Even though she could gain 10 points of momentum, I think it's more valuable to keep her in there and take her out only when she has jobbed to somebody. And I have no clue who we're going to get to job to her. And whoever it is probably going to be made. Yay, that's okay, I guess. Of course we finished first. Come on now. Get your head out of your ass. Greg Gage still needs to be assigned a position on the roster. Where do you think he's going? Oh, he's going in the upper mid card. He's been in the upper mid card for the last couple of runs, but yeah. Because we just can't afford to push him any further. We made a 66 grand profit, down from last month, but still pretty damn good. I wonder why that's down. How did we pay so much more in worker costs? That's interesting. That's a full, that's like 18 grand more we paid in worker costs. Huh. Why did we? I'm intrigued with that one. Primus Allen isn't costing us a ridiculous amount of money, is he, no? Greg Gage is getting paid 4 grand per show, yeah, as we know. Maybe we use Greg Gage too much. We usually only use him like once a month. We used him, I think, twice this month. Probably should use him a little less. We're using him. I only want to use Greg Gage in like main event matches. I think that's probably the best thing to do. Alright, so I want to take a look at the storylines. The women's storyline is the main one. It's an A, so anybody doing very good or better is getting taken out of that. Brooke Tyler, you are at 82 momentum. Good stuff. Fuyuko Higa, it's worth taking you out. And you're now up to 98 momentum. Alright, I think it might be time to put the belt on Fuyuko. For I hear a lot of shit about Fuyuko, and she's caused a little bit of trouble backstage. I mean, she's possibly ready for the belt as well. But she is not as bad, nowhere near as bad as Hollywood Brett Starr. I think it's important that people are made aware of how Fuyuko Higa is, she's a little bit she does a little bit of shit stirring backstage, but she's not as bad as Hollywood Brett Starr. I wouldn't call her like locker room cancer or anything. She's just a bit of a bitch. That's all. Like not getting serious. She's got a few issues, but she's not ridiculously bad. She's freaking over. She's really over. What about Hellcat? Is Hellcat that's the problem? Anybody ever. It would probably in 4 years' time we could come back and we would still have the problem that anybody we put over Belle Bryden will have less pop than her. So we've got to just bite the bullet at some point and put the belt on somebody else. And it's been a year since she's won it. Nobody else has ever won it. I just think we should probably just transfer it. No, that's bad. That's unfortunate. I thought you'd be gaining pop. Oh well. Oh yeah, that's something I should mention. Power and Paint. I'm pretty sure Animal was doing fantastic in that storyline, so yeah, it's good to remove him. He should be gaining a little bit of momentum. He's up to 94. 94 momentum. You're doing very good, even. You're doing great, Lisa Bowen. Animal DeVille, man. I like Animal DeVille. I like the way we've been pushing this guy. He's up to 22 pop in Mid-Atlantic, so he's still not ready for anything, by any means, but he's getting there. He's getting there. Even Ernie's getting over, which is good. We might be able to use... I think he's already a manager, but, proper manager. Yeah, he manages Chance Fortune. Holy shit, though. I'm really impressed by him. Let's auto-push. I don't know if I have done this already this episode. Let's auto-push. Main event right now is Chance Fortune, Greg Black. Why? I don't understand. Casey Valentine and Frosure. It's always good to see. Holy shit, these two are on a lot of money. When is their contracts due? Years from now, isn't it? I'm going to renegotiate with Greg Black and... What am I? No, it's worth keep... is Greg Black good? If Greg Black has bad chemistry with Froshore, which he doesn't, okay then, that's fine. If he did, then I would probably have just sacked Greg Black right there and then, because, like, the only thing Greg Black is going to be good for over the next year is probably a good 6-month feud with Froshore. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that happened. Alright, anything else we need to talk about? We talked about finances, we talked about storylines, talked about stables, even, surprisingly. I don't really know too much about stables. I would talk about them, but the World Heavyweight is still a 99 prestige title. This is an 87. So our women's division is definitely our secondary title. Sorry, Casey. I probably put more emphasis on the American title, but the women's title is more prestigious than our secondary title. Casey Glenn is 62 over us right now, which is awesome. Mean Gene, we should probably check how Mean Gene did after getting pinned in that match. He's still a 60. He's still a solid C. He's still as over right now as Cammy was in his prime. So, everything's turning up Millhouse, as it were. Like, everything's doing pretty well right now. I disagree. I disagree. Neither of these two have ever put on a B+ match in our promotion. Yeah, you put one on in TC. You've only put on one B- match, a B+ match, and you were in freaking TCW when you did it. What about you? What have you done? You put on 3 B+ matches, all of them against Remy Sky in CZW. Wow, what's going on in Coastal Zone? Coastal Zone Championship Wrestling, CZCW? What's going on in Coastal Zone right now? Are they still pulling those ratings? I doubt it, but maybe. Oh God. Stay away from freaking California right now. Like they could prove some stiff competition, let's just say that. They always do, but that is ridiculous. Why is their prestige so low? They must have a bunch of drug addicts on their roster. I mean, they do have Al Coleman and Mark Speed, who I don't like. I would sign them if they weren't bastards. Are you worth the money? Break one of our owner goals for one. You would be worth the money. I'm considering it at one point. You're a cruiserweight, though. How long until that cruiserweight shit expires? Because, come on, Matthew Keith. That's bullshit and you know it. Sorry, Sam Keith. I wish it was Matthew Keith. What? That's bullshit. I'm sure that... Did you do it again? Did this expire and then you told me I can't hire cruiserweights again? Because that would suck. Also, no Japanese juniors. Do you know what company we are? Like, come on! Like, I can't even make a cruiserweight division. That's bullshit. Anyway, I can't extend the contract either. Alright, well, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave a thumbs up. Check out the rest of the videos. This was a long video, but there's a lot of great stuff going on in this video. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next month for Anything Goes, and the third biggest show of the year, and the last show of the year, the Night of the Champions. Hopefully this does well. I'll see you guys then.